Alright guys, what is going on, and welcome back to the Vancouver Canucks BAGM mode here. So this one is going to be an episode to remember. I can tell you guys right now there's going to be some changes that are going to have to be made here after we got bounced in the last episode out of the second round by the Anaheim Ducks. I mean, I shouldn't say it's like a disappointment or anything, because it's definitely not. I'm glad that we made it past the first round. That was my initial goal, and then anything after that was kind of just, you know, icing on the cake. But got bounced in the second round. The reason why I was so upset is because it was so close. We were one goal away from pushing that into overtime into the third period, but we could just not muster up any offense, unfortunately, and that really sucks. So the Ducks went on to actually go to the Stanley Cup final, and they eventually actually lost to the Columbus Blue Jackets, which was kind of crazy. So I mean, I guess congrats to Columbus on winning their first ever Stanley Cup. But let's have a look here at the top 5 picks going into the draft, and I guess let's have a look at what we should do in the draft. There's a few comments that I want to bring up here. I'll talk about them in a moment once I check out the scouting and see who is available. Maybe there's like a franchise guy. It'd be kind of cool to see. Let's go here. Ooh, a 75 overall, Terrence Bentley, 75. Brower is 71 overall, 66. Another 71 overall guy. Another 75. Steve Thornton, defensive defenseman. That's not bad. Who else we got here? 76. Ooh, Steven Jaspers. Oh man, this draft looks deep. This draft looks really deep. A few more of those 70 overall guys. No crazy goaltenders, but a 76 and a 75 overall guy here. That's pretty impressive. So before we look into the retirements here, I want to go over a couple comments. This one's from Brandon. He says, Ben Hutton, Lyndon Vay, and Thomas Vanek will definitely have to go next year to make room for the kids. Riley Smith will also have to be let go as well. Those are some definites to make room for the kids. Now, if Jake Bean is ready to play, then maybe trading Alexander Edler for a top 6 forward wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. So I agree with you. I agree with you in sense. I do want to bring Thomas Vanek back simply because he is a vet and we do have a really, really young hockey team. I definitely understand what you're trying to say with letting the young kids play. Trust me, I'm all about the young kids here, but we'll have a look to see what we have to work with here in the draft. And Bryce, he says a comment that I agree with, but I absolutely hate it. He says Bo Horvat needs to go. He hasn't progressed whatsoever. Honestly, there's no way you could trade Tyler Johnson. He's been just way too good for you. I agree 100%, but I love Bo Horvat. That's my guy. I know I gotta take... Oh, Thomas Vanek actually retired. Oh, shit. Okay, see, I'm glad I checked that. So did Verbata and Henrik Sedin. So a few players actually called it quits. Okay, so that totally changes everything that I just thought would happen. Okay, but I agree with you with the Bo Horvat situation. Trust me, I get it. And plus, we do have Jared McCann, who could definitely man the third line minutes. But anyone else from Vancouver, I guess just Thomas Vanek, okay? So he wasn't going to stick around one more year. That's fine, buddy. That's totally fine. Goaltender-wise, Pekka Rinne. Okay, so now Frederik Andersen can finally be the #1 guy there in Nashville. Jonas Hiller, Craig Anderson, Mike Smith, Peter Budaj, and Sugar Ray Emery. Those are all the guys who retired. So let's hop into the draft here. I am going to put Bo Horvat on the trading block. Who else do we got here? So we got Jake Bean, probably going to be ready to go next year. Bishop and Blackwood, there are 1-2 punch and net. Who else we got here? Duclair is now at 89, so that is absolutely fantastic. Attaboy Duclair. Bobby Dugan, he's still 75 overall. Alex Edler, I'm going to put on the block. You know, he's only got 1 year left. I can't do that. I can't even trade him even if I wanted to. He's got 1 year left. Or no, maybe does it mean he has 1 year left after this year? Or does it 1 year left right now? I'm not too sure about that. I'll put him on the block anyways. Gattenby could be ready to go for next year as well. Who else we got here? Habersnitch is 78 overall. Yannick Hansen, he's got 1 year left as well. We'll chuck him on there. And I think I'll have to put Bo Horvat on there. He does have 1 year left as well, and decent trade value. But let's go ahead here and let's hop into the draft itself. I'm not too sure what I'm looking for here. I know what we have going forward. I'll have a look at some trades. Arizona has the first overall pick again. Can you believe that? Come on. They are just tanking it up. I I mean, at least we're making some strides to be a rebuilding team. Look at these guys, just bottom feeders. Argento, what kind of organization do you have yourself drafted into? My goodness. Maybe we'll look up to moving up in the draft. I mean, look at Sam Steele. He's already ready to play in the NHL. 41 points last year, 81 overall. He's probably listed as, okay, it's not quite yet, but he will be listed as like a third liner starting for next year. So Horvat, oh man, Bo Horvat. Bo freaking Horvat. What are we going to do with this guy? What are we going to do with him? I'm like, do we re-sign him? Obviously, I don't want to let him go to free agency over nothing, right? I want to definitely get something for Horvat. 24 years old, 85 overall. Again, hasn't really jumped, but he would be the perfect third liner if we did not have Jared McCann, who actually went down. He's now at 83 overall. So who would you rather, McCann or... Okay, so ideally we could go into next year like this. Johnson, Duclair, Matthews. That would be our first line. So it would actually be Duclair, Matthews, Johnson on the right wing. Then it would be Yakupov, Virtanen, and then a left winger. We would have to go either to free agency or via trade, whether that's going to come from Bo Horvat or Alexander Edler for like a top six... for like a top 4 scoring winger. And then our third line would have to be like either McCann or Horvat. It's going to be, oh God. Definitely we're going to have to look to see here about getting some more wingers, I think. We have Killorn, but he's more of a depth guy. Oh boy, it's worse than I thought. The thing is, we have players who are expendable. We have players like Alexander Edler, who we could definitely trade. We have players who are expendable. We could trade Alexander Edler for a top 4 skater. That's not a big problem, because we've got players like obviously we've got players like Jake Bean coming up and players like that. So I'm not going to move up in the draft. I'm just going to stick with where we are. Harold went to the Arizona Coyotes. That's fine. Let's see who we can pick up here. So we don't really need another forward. What could we get here? What do we need? So what could we go for with our draft pick here? Roger Sloan is a right-wing power forward from the States. Abraham Ennis, what a guy. Another power forward. Is he big guy? No, he's only 6 feet tall. Abraham Ennis there. Jason Ellison, 19-year-old sniper, a left winger, which we do kind of need. Daniel Wang, he's a defensive defenseman. Keith Calder. Is there any goaltenders available? Not that we really need any, but Evan Montgomery, he could be a good goalie. 3.5 green star there. You know what? I think about going with Jason Ellison here, who's the 19-year-old left-wing sniper. Because we don't really need another defenseman. We have defensive prospects up the ass. It's either between Roger Sloan or Jason Ellison. So he's 19. They're both 19. One's a power forward. One's a sniper. I'm going to go with Roger Sloan. I think I'm going to go with Sloan here. Welcome to the Vancouver Canucks. I don't think we have a second-round pick yet. We only have a first-round pick this year. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to skip over the entire draft. Then we'll check the top 5 skaters. Then we'll get into the re-sign stage and have a look at free agency. Roger Sloan here may be a bit of a project. He's 65 overall, but 4 gold star, which is pretty nice there. So let's have a look here who Arizona drafted. I'm very, very interested to see who they drafted. A winger, a grinder, first overall grinder. Wow. Okay. All right. They're getting tough. Keith Harold. Oh, I can just see the Argento ego on Twitter just going wild with this one. 18 years old, 68 overall grinder. Okay. All right, that's interesting. 6'3", 203 pounds. Okay, and the second round. The second overall pick went to the New Jersey Devils, and who did New Jersey took? They took Bentley, that Terrence Bentley guy, 75 overall, so that looks like a pretty decent prospect there. Winnipeg took the other 75 overall, Thornton. I think he was a defenseman, if I'm not mistaken. Could be the defenseman, could be a forward. Let's go to Winnipeg here. Yeah, he was the defenseman, 75 overall, 3.5 star. No, he's number 98. Wow, that looks like a really decent prospect as well. Going to San Jose here, they picked Delamore, I believe his name is, and he is 70 overall, two-way defenseman. And the last one here is the Boston Bruins, and they took a guy named Flynn. Flynn, I think he was the forward again. Was he a forward? Yeah, he's a defenseman. 69 overall, defensive defenseman. So those are your top 5 picks. Actually, I want to have a look at the other guy we were going to take, which actually went to Edmonton, and that was Ellison, the other American guy who we were going to select, but we went with Roger Sloan instead. So let's have a look here at Edmonton. Did we make a mistake? Where is he? All skaters. Ellison, yeah, I think, you know what? 62 overalls higher. They're the exact same age. Could have went either way there. I'm not going to be too upset there. So let me go ahead and get the re-sign stage completed. I will leave out the big guys till last. I'll show you what I got them for, and then we'll hop into the free agency period. Okay, so the re-sign stage is completed. It was relatively easy. I think we got everyone to the contract that I wanted. Honestly, we may have quite a bit of money here going into the free agency period. So Nikolai Ehlers is back. It was just like a $2 million for 2 years, I believe. Killorn was cheap. Edler, I think I just signed Edler just to trade him. I think that's what's going to have to end up happening. Horvat, maybe the same thing. Lyndon Vey, Hunter Shinkarik, all these guys, all of the rookies I just gave a contract to, blah, blah, blah. Joe Money, Joe Fleshler, all those guys, they're all coming back. And Austin Matthews I got for 5.2 for the next 6 years. So I feel like that's a pretty decent contract for what Matthews is going to be. But we have 47 players under contract, which is not going to work going into free agency. I'll have to get rid of some players if we look to be players during the free agent market. Now, let's have a look here. I have everyone re-signed, so I'm all ready to go. I have everyone to the RFA that I want, and we definitely have to free up some contract space if we want to make some moves here in free agency. I don't know if there's going to be any players that are going to be even available, if there's any decent players. Okay, Matt Duchene, but we don't need Matt Duchene, even though I really would love to have him. There's no point to have a player like Matt Duchene. That would be another center problem that we just do not need. Dundas, was he our pick? Justice Dundas. I think we got rid of him in some trade. I'll get him back though. 25-year-old 4-star, absolutely. No picks. Oh right, we did trade him to Edmonton. That's right. Okay, you know what? I will be okay with that. It was in the Yakupov trade. I'm pretty sure he wants a one-way deal. Actually, really? You want a one-way deal? Hold on here. 77 overall, first-round pick. 77. Yeah, absolutely. Welcome to Vancouver, my friend. Okay, why are you in free agency? I'll never know. Justice Dundas, we'll have to give up. Yeah, sure, whatever. No picks required. That's fine. All these guys, Sven Barchisi. I never made it anywhere else. His career is probably toast. First off, let's actually have a look here at what our team is looking like. Just on paper, I'll have to go to contracts here, and we can actually see what it's going to look like on paper. So obviously, players may be a little bit upgraded, or they may be a little bit downgraded. So pretty much the forward situation is going to be looking like this. It's going to look like Duclair, Johnson, and Matthews. Obviously, Matthews being in the middle and Johnson on the wing. That's totally fine. The second line will be Nail Yakupov, Bo Horvat, I guess. Nail Yakupov, Bo Horvat, and Jake Virtanen. Could that be a decent line? Two snipers and a two-way forward. On the third line could be McCann, Sam Steele, and Nikolai Ehlers. Could that be a decent line? And then the fourth line could be Glendening. We'll have to get rid of Smith, Killorn, and we'll have to get a fourth line centerman. So it's honestly not looking too bad. If we end up moving Matthews to the first line, which obviously has to happen, 21 years old, 80 overall. Sorry, 6.2 for the next 5 years, not 5.2. But, oh man, hold on here. Honestly, I have to write this down on a piece of paper for it to make actual sense to me here. So let me open up my notepad and I'll figure this out. Okay, so how I see it right now is Duclair, Matthews, Johnson, Virtanen, Horvat, Yak, Steele, McCann, Nikolai Ehlers, blank, Glendening, and then Killorn. And defensively is Lindholm, Jay Money, Edler, Provorov, Tanev, and Jake Bean. So do we really have to make a trade? Is Bo Horvat, gonna be the second line centerman that we need? If he was 86 or 87 overall, that would just be so much better than an 85. But then again, is Virtanen gonna be ready for the second line winger spot? Would he be better in the third line winger spot for one more year? See, Jake Virtanen hasn't really proven to me that he is ready. 12 goals last year, 29 points. This could be a breakout year, or it could be a really big struggle of a year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to skip to the start of the regular season. And man, I don't know. I don't know if we should make a move or if we should stay where we are, but I'm going to skip to the start of the regular season. I'm going to see what the overalls of everyone are, and then I will ask you guys and wait till to make a trade. Because honestly, I don't really know if we should make a trade, if anything. I don't know. I like the team that we have. I'm just not sure about Horvat and Virtanen being on the second line. Ideally, I would like them to be on the third line, but that would have to mean giving up someone like Alexander Edler and somebody. So again, I'm going to go to the start of the regular season and kind of see where we're at. You know what? Actually, I'm looking at free agency here, and maybe we could bring in a guy like Matt Martin, who has the ridiculous physical category. Yeah, he's going to give you penalty minutes, but he's tough out there. Could put him on the fourth line, and really, we don't have a tough guy. So if I sign Matt Martin for, 1.9 million, if it doesn't work out, whatever, it's only 1.9, and we still have a lot of cap. So, you know what? I'm going to give Matt Martin a contract, 1.9 mil, to come play on the fourth line with Glendening and Killorn, and then again, we'll see where we're at here for the start of the regular season. But I like having a tough guy. We don't really have a tough guy, and we haven't since Prust, right? So Matt Martin, this guy's back, and Justice Dundas, he says yes, but Edmonton is going to have to either counter that or match the offer, and I don't know what they're going to do. But I'm happy we got that other guy, 77 overall, 21 years old. So they did match the offer. So Justice is staying with the Edmonton Oilers, which really isn't that big of a deal. So let's go ahead here and let's hop into the start of the year. Wow, Carolina just got Matt Duchene for 6 years at 9.3 per. Holy crap, Matt Duchene got paid. The days of Eric Stahl being the number one center are over. Wow, he just got paid. I also let Jannik Hansen walk to free agency. He was 82 overall, but now you can see he's actually an 84, but he won't stay that way. It's just we need to cut ties with Jannik Hansen. I think I like having a tough guy there in Matt Martin, so I think I'm pretty happy with that move. Welcome back for your 5th year. Has it been 5 years already? Oh my god. This is the year to make it or break it, I feel like. But you've made some interesting choices in the offseason, but I have to assume you know what you're doing. He wants 38 wins. Okay, so let's have a look here at our squad. So let's go here. I'm kind of nervous. Matthews and so is Duclair. Oh my god, 290s. Holy shit. So that's going to look like our first line. How disgusting is that? Duclair, Matthews, Johnson. That line is going to put up points. Oh my god, is it ever going to put up points? And then I still have actually Riley Smith I have to deal with. Honestly, I wanted to hang on to Riley Smith because he was going to be a trade asset. We are going to have to make a move for sure. Hold on, I got to call some people up here to see. Jake Bean is now at 84. Yeah, he is definitely ready to play in the NHL. Sam Steele's 8. Oh my god, Gattenby's ready as well. Holy crap. Okay, so we got some work to do here. Gattenby's ready to play. The kid is ready. Gattenby, he is ready to play. You know what? I don't even know if Arizona is ready with, oh shit, Nikolai Ehlers isn't quite ready yet. That kind of throws my plan off here. But, okay, we gotta figure this out. First and foremost, this video may be a little bit longer, but I quickly want to check out how Argento's doing, because if this is the year that we're gonna have the Argento versus Joe Gattenby, this is gonna be a rivalry that is gonna last a lifetime. Oh my god. Argento's 81. Haha, Gattenby's 82, buddy. So that's that. Is he listed as, it was still listed as a depth. They may not even play him this year. So that means Argento is going to be a year behind in Gattenby's, where is he? Gattenby, why is the trade value so low? Where is he at? Gattenby's trade value is so low. But, oh, he's now the red star. Oh, shit. Gattenby's red star. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. I was wondering why his trade value was so freaking low. Oh, no. He's now red star. No, Argento. It's fine. I still think he's going to be an absolute beast for us. I still think he's going to be a tank. Whatever. I'm not even going to look at that right now. I still have all my faith in the world in Joe Gattenby. Not Joe Gatton bust. Joe Gattenby. So, the lineup. How are we going to freaking do this? Okay, so Yak, Horvat, Smith, you go there. Martin, you go there. Smith there. Glendening there. Sam Steele right there. Or Sam Steele right there. So, I guess we're missing missing a third line winger because I kind of thought that Nikolai Ehlers was going to be ready, but we could play Riley Smith there. Riley Smith could be someone who could potentially play there alongside McCann and Steele. See, Steele is a centerman, but he's only got 61 overall in the center position. Look at his skating category. Holy shit. So we could convert Sam Steele into a winger, which isn't the worst thing. I'm just really concerned about Virtanen having the second line minutes. Okay, but this honestly isn't even our biggest issue. We have the defense to deal with. So ideally, we could do this. We could trade. So let's just take Riley Smith out of the equation right now. Let's get him completely out of here. Riley Smith, you're scratched. So kind of saying right now we need a second line left winger, preferably a power forward. I think that would be an ideal situation. So I mean, would you think that's a smart idea to make a trade for that? But you say, okay, well, who do you trade? Who do you trade for him? And the answer is simple. Alexander Edler, he's now 85 overall. He is ready to be dealt. So that means that we also have to move Chris Tanev then. Oh my god. So say we get rid of... Oh my god. Okay, so we get rid of Chris Tanev. Where is he? So we get rid of Alexander Edler, okay? Our captain's going to be gone. We get rid of Edler. Now we have to fill a void. Oh, no, we can just put Joe Gattenby right there. It's only one player that we need. Joe Gattenby, we can put you right there. So that's how our defensive core could look without Alexander Edler. I think it's stronger without Alexander Edler. You got the young kid, Jake B. Look at that skating category. We're going to be a fast team. Oh, my God. Jake B. Looking like a future captain here. This guy's got everything. He is going to be a tank for us. But Jake Bean and Provorov, they're going to play together. So pretty much we need to deal for a second line left wing power forward. I think I'm going to let Jake Virtanen have the third line sniping position once again. So that could be our third line. A sniper, a playmaker, and a two-way forward. Then a power forward, two-way forward, and a sniper. Would that work? Let's go best lines, and we'll kind of see what's out there. Again, I'm sorry that this video is going to be a longer one. I may not push a trade right now until I see what you guys have to come up with here. But Edler's got decent trade value, and Riley Smith, where's he at? Riley Smith also has pretty decent trade value. So we're getting rid of about $6.5 million in cap. Now we need a power forward. Who is this power forward that we're going to get? We need a left wing power forward is what we need. Obviously, Max Domi would be so nice, and he's a playmaker. We could go get the Arizona boy. We could go get Max Domi. He's played with Bo Horvat before. He's played with Duclair. It's a match made in heaven. And do they really need another defenseman, though? I mean, I would kind of be robbing them of offense simply because they don't really have a whole lot. So I don't really want to do that, even though I do want to do that. But we'll hang on here. We'll hold off on that. So let me have a look around the NHL for a power forward or another playmaker that we could go ahead and potentially trade for. And I'll see you guys in a minute. Looking at this guy here, Vladimir Tekachev, and he's 87 overall left wing playmaker. He's kind of the opposite of the power forward that I want. He's really small, 5'9", 173, but look at his stats. Like, he's pretty sick. He's got the nasty hands, 93 deking. For a small guy, he's got pretty good defensive awareness, pretty good discipline, excellent offensive awareness. Stick checking's good, skating's out of this world. Shooting could use a little bit of work, but I mean, he's looks like a pretty good player, actually. He could be someone who we could go after. He's actually doesn't have that much trade value, so keep him in mind. Lawson Krause is available as well. 85 overall, 22 years old. I don't know if he's going to be the 86, 87 overall guy that, oh my god, look at his skating category. We're going to be the fastest team in the league if we go ahead and pick up Lawson Krause. But, I mean, he looks pretty decent. 6'4", 216. He's a really big presence there. We can make another deal with Florida. Look at Huberdeau, though. Oh my god. So there's a couple players in mind here. I'm still having a look around the NHL. Milan Lucic, a little bit too old. I'll still look here. Pavel Zacha, again, another. He's a sniper, though, but, I mean, he would be sick as well. Pavel Zacha. Look at that skating category again. Oh my god. There's so many left-wing options that we can go after here. Michael Dow Cole. I mean, every team kind of has a player that we could potentially trade for. Like, it's going to be a very interesting trade if we make it happen. Jaden Schwartz is available. He's the gritty, oh man, I really like Jaden Schwartz, but he's got a big cap hit and he's a little bit too much, I think. But again, another player who we could go after. JVR is available. Andrew Ladd is another guy. There's a lot of options. So let me check right wingers now, and then I'll see if there's anyone available in that category. Stefan Nosen, the guy who scored that huge goal in the playoffs against us last year. He is available. He's a big power forward. Nick Baptiste, 87 overall. Oh boy. Okay, hold on here. Hold the phone. Nick Baptiste, 87 overall. Okay, this guy could be the pitch. This guy could be what we want here. Look at his skating category. Look at his shooting category. Look at his physical category. His defense is excellent. Oh boy, I think I may have found the guy here. I'll still have a look around, but that's definitely a very viable option in Buffalo there. Valerie Nichushkin, another player who's available. Anthony Mantha as well. I'm just going to give you guys a bunch of options. You guys are going to have to tell me what I have to do here. Jordan Eberle, no. Oh, who's that guy? Zorachina, 6'6", 226 pounds. His shooting category is absolutely garbage, but wow, what a tank. I mean, I'm just going to give you guys a whole bunch of options. You guys are going to tell me who do you think is the best option. Blake Wheeler, we're definitely going to have to make a trade here. So I'll quickly show you guys more options. Pominville, Brendan Gallagher, Zach Cassian, no thank you. Who else we got here? Rick Nash. Oh, maybe Rick Nash. They want to get rid of him. Got 1 year left. Oh boy, Rick Nash. Okay, Rick the Dick. See, Rick Nash, I like this because he's a little bit older. Oh shit, Rick Nash. We get him for cheap too because they want to get rid of him. He's got 1 year left, which I like. He's still relatively, not really young, but he's still got some years ahead of him where could be okay. We could have him as a third liner next year and have Jake Virtanen take over the second line. Ooh, man, fucking Rick Nash. Patrick Berglund is another guy. Oh my god, so many options. So that's it, guys. I gave you guys like 10 to 15 or 20 options of players who we could potentially go after. Again, I'm really sorry for the long episode, but we're definitely gonna need some sort of help here. And here is our AHL team looking like that. Defense looking like this, and the goaltenders, Joe Fleshler and Bobby Dugan. They're both gonna hold down the minutes there in the AHL. Joe Money and be our backup for next year, or who knows what's going to happen. But we need to make a trade for a second line winger. I think that's the only option that we have. Let me know, guys. Also, we have to name a new captain since pretty much Alexander Edler is going to be on the outs. He's been here for a while, but Alexander Edler, oh, why is Jay Money the captain? No. Edler was the captain, and he's going to have to be replaced. So let me know who you guys think it should be. Again, sorry for the long episode, but next episode, we're definitely going to be a big one. Going to make a trade for a top 4 winger, and I will see you guys then.